So I was asked a question the other day on a podcast. I was asked a question, and the question was unusual to me, but I realize now we're going to be thinking about this a lot more. I was asked the question, if I believed in home ownership. Well, I got a big vested interest in believing in home ownership. Like, I'm in the mortgage business, so without home ownership, you're only doing commercial mortgages, and and then half the time you're not. So yes, I have a vested interest in people owning homes. Let's get that out there. But I also have an abiding belief in the idea that in North America, in Canada, people should own homes. It is important. It should be a right. Honestly, if you can work hard enough and save up a deposit and have some just basic financial discipline, you should be able to buy a house. I believe that 100%. And the weird thing is, for 100 years, everybody believed it. Like, seriously, the question wouldn't come up. It wouldn't be like a policy question. It wouldn't be like is there a future in homeownership? There was no such question until the last couple of years, last 5 years. No one questioned it. No one, absolutely no one. When World War II ended and thousands and thousands and thousands of Canadian troops came back pouring into Canada and they needed somewhere to live, they built houses for them. They found a way to build houses through what is now CMHC. We see them. If you want to drive around Toronto, you always say, oh yeah, there's a wartime house. You'd always see them. But they got busy and they built them. Okay. And they built enough. They're small, they were simple, but they built enough and they were owned. They were owned. Like, the government's answer to a housing crisis was never affordable homes, which is a direct translation into rental property, rental homes. We're going to rent you something. We're going to rent you a condo. We're going to rent you an apartment. We're going to rent you a townhouse. No. Back when the World War II ended and this huge, enormous burst of building of homes occurred, it was only meant for people to buy them and own them and live in them. That's it. It wasn't about rental or anything like rental or any kind of subsidized anything. It was, we're going to build you a home for you to live in. Because that's all those soldiers would take. If somebody said to them, yeah, we're going to try to think of build you some slums to live in, they just would have gone back and looked for their rifles. Okay. Like, it was no option. This was not about, they'd fought and put their lives on the line for a country and a way of life. And it wasn't going to be, we're going to come back and be rent slaves. Okay. No. So for all this time, it hasn't even been a question. Nobody would consider it. But today, government is actively considering it. We watch them considering it. When you hear the Prime Minister talking about building 500,000 affordable homes, he didn't say, we're gonna increase homeownership by 500,000. He never said that because he doesn't mean it. He doesn't know it. He doesn't expect it to happen. So what is it? So it was just a given for 100 years. What the fuck happened? Well, we all know what happened. We now have a world in which the average home price for a low-rise a single, townhouse, it's like 8.5 times income in Ontario and British Columbia. So it's almost unattainable for ordinary workers. We've had wage suppression. We all understand, everyone understands there's been wage suppression. Everybody gets it. We watch the government bring in hundreds of thousands of temporary workers to maintain wage suppression. Yeah, I don't want to listen to any other bullshit out of these people. That's what it was. That's what it accomplished. So we have far too expensive houses. We have wage suppression. We have this incredible difficulty to save up enough money for down payment because the down payment's huge. You just need this huge down payment. It's not easy like it was when houses were only 3.5 times your income. So we have general unaffordability. Inflation just keeps nibbling away at your paycheck, whether it's groceries, whether it's your property tax went up, whether it's your home insurance went up, whether it's your car insurance went up, whether you need a new car, and holy shit, look at the price of these new cars. All of those things, it's harder. So, look, I've done 300 videos, and I've made about 18,000 posts over the last 10 years about why this has all happened. Because there's a dozen different reasons, but I've laid them all out. Okay, but let's address how we're going to fix it, or what, or more to the point, why we cannot give up on homeownership. We must find a way that young people can get to own a home. So, start off with the most important reason. It's fairness. It's just fairness. You can't say that boomers like me had it easy, because we did. Oh, shut up if you want to argue. Gen X had it pretty easy. Don't even think of arguing. And now young people, screwed. So it's a function of fairness. It can't have been so much easier, and that now it's going to be super hard. That's not fair. Oh, life's not fair, Ron. Actually, fuck you. Life about this stuff should be fair. You should have an equal chance of previous generations of owning a home. That's basic fairness. That's the way it simply should be. Okay? Now, that's a reason. Also, it's a fundamental good. It's a fundamental good to know that you live in a home you can never be evicted from, that you live in a home where if you just are diligent in making those payments, that you will always be able to live there. You live in a home where your kids can grow up and know the neighbors' kids and form lifetime friendships where you know the neighbors and can actually, sit back on a hot summer night and drink a beer with your neighbor. Maybe you'd like that. It's up to you, but it gives you the opportunity, okay? And those, you can know those neighbors for 20 years if you want. So it's a fundamental. By the way, if you want to paint the inside of the house fuchsia, go ahead. If you want to change the layout, go ahead. You can't do that in a rental. You have to just live with what the landlord gave you, okay? So for all this vast number of reasons. And even, how about this? Maybe the best one. If you're okay with living in that house for 20 or 25 years and consistently making the mortgage payments and maybe paying a little extra, you're going to have a paid-for house. You're going to have a free and clear house at the end of that time. And the benefit of the free and clear house is not as a store of economic value like the boomers, like I got and like Gen X got, that even if the house price didn't go way up, like by accident, like you were just lucky, even if the house price didn't go way up, you don't have to make a mortgage payment anymore. You just have to keep up with the property tax and keep up with the repairs. And that in retirement is a tremendous benefit. The house should never have been your investment plan for retirement. No, it shouldn't be, I'm going to take a big line of credit. I'm going to take equity out. I'm going to have a reverse mortgage. Never should have been. It just should have been, you didn't have to make the mortgage payment. It's just the property tax, okay? So those are all the benefits. How can we dare to take those things away from the next generation? We cannot. We cannot. We must continue to fight for home ownership as a right in this country.